The part 2 of our video time with you. My name is Pastor Charles Jefferson. I'm so glad to be with you. This video is called Regressive Taxation. Regressive Taxation. Parable of Faith. Regressive Taxation, a parable of faith. All right. Now remember, we talked about regressive taxation and how it's a burden to low-income earners. So let's go into the lesson, all right? Okay? Now let's talk a little bit more, okay? All right. Now the purpose of this video, I'm doing it because God told me to do it. Second of all, it's about you. I'm not doing it to get money from you. I'm not doing it to hope you send. Let's make it clear. Please, I'm telling you, I'm serious. I am not doing this tape so you can plant a seed. No. You don't have to plant a seed unless you want to, but you ain't got to. I'm doing this because I want to see you have, what you need and plus spend extra. So, sometimes, so let's just go with it, okay? Now, let's point out some things that you can be recognized with to make sure that there's not a symbol of this going on against your finances. Now, number one, I want to talk about the term opportunity cost. We talked about it earlier. It's very important. It's very important, okay? So if you don't mind me going over slow, let's go into it. Opportunity cost is a real great tool to building up your finances. Now, remember, since I'm a pastor and this church is Goodness and Mercy is a public charity / church or church / public charity. This is the way I suggest. It's up to you, but this is the way I suggest you can get God's blessing upon your finances, because not having finances hurt. Okay? Now, number one, what we do to God, and it's been such a blessing, we say symbolically. You have to be poetic and you have to start speaking like you're writing a poem to God, okay? Look, you may have reasons to have selective mutism where you decide to be mute and I don't know how you've been hurt. I'm not going to go in that area. But it is nice if you can talk a little bit to God, a little bit poetically. So we do it poetically at our church. And we say this exercise. Are you willing to listen? I appreciate it. Whatever God tells us to do, we point it up to Him and we say, Lord, this that you're telling us to do, give, is for evangelism work. This gift that we're giving to whoever is for evangelism work. This is number 2 for humanitarian acts. Number 3, this is for philanthropy reasons. And number 4, this is for anything to do with helping the poor. And then after that, I know it's long and tedious, but then after that, we say, God, we need money, we need a car, we need house, we need land. Now, did you catch that? Okay? What I'm saying to you is this. As you know, I've always said to y'all that I believe in-kind donations, no cash donations. You can please God with giving your skills and service if you don't give money. All right? So with that, whenever I don't have the money to give to a church and charity of my choice, I always give volunteerism instead. And the Lord honors that. So if you don't have no money to give to God, you can give no cash donations. It's called in-kind donations, but you switch it around, it's kind giving. So you give your time, a valuable piece of your skill and time. When you should be paid for it, you're doing it for free. That's all. Whatever skill you have, you should be paid for it. You would have a right to be paid for it, but you're doing it for free. So that's when you don't have money. Now, what I also believe, ladies and gentlemen, that if you do feel led to give money to your church and your pastor or your charity organization, I don't put amounts on it. I say, Lord, what do you want me to give? And he'll say whether he says a penny, 5 cents, $20, $30, $200 or more or less, that's what you do. And so what I'm saying to you is that whatever you do, you point it up to the air, whether it's skills or ideas or whether it's money. And this is what we do at our church. If you come to visit us on Sunday or be a member of the church, we'll be doing that in front of you and you can participate. Every member that join our church on Sunday mornings, we teach this. We teach them and we go through that exercise. We say, the stuff that I named, evangelism, philanthropy, this seed is for those things. And then after that, we ask them to repeat this, Lord, and then we suggest to them, they name what they want and what they need in life. Bills paid, house, car, so on and so forth. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. I just wanted to give you something for you to think about and digest. So now we got to talk with what we want to talk about, which is regressive taxation. What's it got to do with faith? What's it got to do with the church and everything? Now, I got to bring up some scenarios. The new preaching that's out today with the seed faith and everything. Listen, I want to say one thing. This is a talking video, so I want to give you my heart. I want to say one thing. I'm not against the word tithing. Okay? I'm not against the word tithing. If people that join our church and they want to call their giving tithing, if they want to do 10%, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. If that's what they want to do, that's wonderful. We appreciate that. I'm not saying it's wrong to do. It's the intention. That's what I preach against. Now, I know that on earlier videotapes on Goodness and Mercy Facebook page, people might think I preach against tithing like the way most people do. It's the intention of tithing. If you're going to do tithing, it's supposed to be for the storehouse, not just to get a financial plan. That's what I'm saying. That's all. Think about this, y'all. Think about this. It's the only time where the preacher gets up and be glad to put a curse on you. Because you ever thought about that? Have you? Now, I want you to learn. This is what I mean about regressive taxation. Okay? Regressive taxation. The symbol of it, which is getting more money from the low income earners. Getting a lot of money from the low income earners. Although rich people tithe, but I'm talking about if you're in a church where you all are struggling. Every member is struggling. They're low income jobs and hard to find jobs. To me, I feel the intention in churches on tithing. I repeat, I'm not saying it's wrong to tithe, but the intention is like a regressive taxation. Because listen, tithing is always marketed. You need a financial plan. Think about it, right? Why would regressive taxation be in this parable? Think about it. Regressive taxation, once again, is when you put extra taxes on people that are low income earners. And what are low income earners? People that need a financial plan or finance, right? And haven't you noticed? Let me slow down. Have you noticed how tithing's taught? It's taught that you need a financial plan. You don't need a financial plan, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not low income. If you're high income, you don't need the tithing teaching like they teach in church because you got finances. You see? So it's like an extra tax and a burden that you better pay it or get penalized. That's how they teach tithe. If you don't pay it, you're penalized by being cursed. Come back for part 3. We'll talk some more about it.